How do you feel if you have to work for 24 hours, 7 days a week? The thought of this itself feels so exhausting, right? Now relate this with what our body goes through. Every single day, we eat food multiple times without giving any break to our digestive system. Obviously, our body gets overtired. This is why fasting is so important, to give some rest to our digestive system so that it can relax and rejuvenate. The concept of fasting is not new to Indians. In almost every religion, fast is observed during different occasions. Though it is carried out with some religious beliefs, it has a scientific reason behind it. Even recent studies agree with the concept of fasting and its amazing health benefits. In 2016, a Japanese biologist won Nobel Prize for his research on a process called autophagy. Autophagy is a process which takes place inside our body where unwanted infectious cells and some bacteria or virus are killed. This is a purification process of our body at the cellular level. As all the infected or weak cells are destroyed or eaten up at this process, this keeps our body healthy and away from many dangerous diseases. And this was also proved that this autophagy process takes place whenever our body is in fasting state. So the idea behind fasting is to give some rest to our digestive system consciously so that our body can do its cleaning process. In this video, I will try to give some details about how and when to do fasting, what are the benefits of fasting, and some common misconceptions about fasting. As a benefits, I'll also try to explain how to break the fast, as how we break the fast is as important as how we do fasting. Before we get into the details, if you are new to the channel, I am Geetha and I create content on healthy, simple and fulfilling lifestyle. So please consider subscribing to this channel so that you will get to see more videos on these topics. Now let's get started. First, let's see when to do fasting. In India, fasting on Ekadashi is considered auspicious. Though it is considered something spiritual, it also has some scientific reason behind it. Ekadashi is the 11th day of lunar cycle. On this day, the atmospheric pressure will be at its lowest. So, the body doesn't feel much pain, problem or any kind of difficulty on this day compared to any other day. So, this is considered as the best day to do fasting. If Ekadashi is not convenient to you, you can select any other day, like any particular day of the week or month, and do your regular fasting on this day. The duration of fasting can vary from 16 hours to a couple of days. In this video, by fasting, I am referring to single day fasting. Now coming to the point, how to fast. The best thing to fast is by having some warm water or some lemon juice or buttermilk whenever you feel hungry or thirsty. But if that is not possible for you, you can have some liquids like some fruit or vegetable juice whenever you feel hungry and do your fasting. If having just liquids is still difficult for you, you can have some fruits or you can have some dates or milk while you do the fast. If you are a beginner and just having fruits and fasting is still difficult for you, what you can do is you can have one meal per day and the other part of the day you can have some fruits, milk or dates. For meal, you can have something very light like some khichdi, porridge, preferably made of some millet, sabudana or some broken wheat along with some vegetable dish. While having a meal during fast, it's very important to be mindful about what we are eating. Because on a fast, if we are eating something very spicy or something which is deep fried like some sabudana pakoda or some mirchi, something like this, we are doing more harm than any good. So select the food which is very light on the system. So when you want to start fasting, start with something which is comfortable for you and try to go further in your next fasts. Now we have learnt about when and how to fast. Now let's see what are the benefits of fasting. During fast, cells undergo repair. That means any weak or infected cells die during fast, by which many diseases can be prevented. If we think, many dangerous diseases are caused due to the overgrowth or accumulation of unwanted cells. For example, cancer is caused due to the overgrowth of certain unwanted cells. Alzheimer's is caused due to the accumulation of certain protein in the form of plaques around the brain cells. By this we can understand that breakdown of diseased cells is as important as growth of any new healthy cells. Thus, fasting helps us to stay disease free, and overall health will definitely lead to an increased lifespan. Fasting cleanses our body internally. Means if there was any food which was undigested previously, that gets collected during fast and is removed from our body. When there is no undigested food stuck inside the body, it's a lot of relief to the body and it avoids many diseases in long run. Fasting gives some rest to our digestive system. By this, our digestive capacity increases. The reason to many diseases is our stomach. So when the digestion takes place properly, many stomach related issues don't arise. In some scientific researches, an observation was made where there was a considerable increase in the amount of metabolites after fasting. Metabolites are the intermediate or end products of metabolism. That means fasting boosts our metabolism and helps us burn more calories while being fit and active. Regular fasting helps us to avoid diabetes in long run, as it can keep the blood sugar level in control. When we are on fasting, there is no food intake. So the body breaks the excessive fat which is already accumulated to use it as the source of energy. Due to this, our cholesterol levels will be always in control, and hence we can avoid any heart problems by doing regular fasting. Now think about it. If this simple habit of fasting has so many health benefits, how much difference we can bring to our body by following this habit regularly. But I know you still might have some concerns regarding fasting. So now let's discuss about some very common misconceptions about fasting. Many people think that fasting means starving. Even I used to belong to that category once upon a time, because I used to say fasting is good but I can't starve. But fasting is not starving. Starving is a situation where our body is devoid of any nutrition due to some serious conditions, and the starving continues till the duration unknown. Whereas fasting is done intentionally, willingly, for some fixed duration, for some therapeutic or some spiritual purposes. Hence, do not think that you are starving when you are doing fast. Fasting burns excessive fat, but it doesn't break down the muscle. In fact, it triggers the increase of growth hormone and increases the metabolism. So you won't be losing any muscle if you are on fast. In the initial days, when you are fasting, you will feel little tired and might get little bit irritated. But trust me, as you stick to this habit, your body will get used to this process of fasting. Because if our body can get used to some unhealthy habits or unhealthy food, why not some healthy habits like fasting, right? You just have to keep some positive attitude towards this practice and you will soon see the difference. When you are on fast, if you feel difficulty, you don't have to force yourself. If you feel too hungry, you can have something very light, like some fruit or some juice. When I started fasting, I used to feel little hungry and I used to get sometimes little irritated. By afternoon, I used to feel that I have no more energy. But later, it only got better. Initially, I used to fast having 2 light meals, but now I can fast only by having fruits. So, just be patient and consistent to see the result. I know how it feels when we break the fast. At least in the beginning, we tend to crave for all kind of tasty foods as soon as the fasting period is over. When you are on fast, your digestive system is at rest. So once you break the fast, it's very important not to eat something which is too heavy on it. if you suddenly eat something too heavy just after fasting, you might feel very dull and also you might face some stomach related issues like bloating. So, break your fast with something very light like some lemon juice and honey, or a fruit or some fruit juice. Then you slowly move to your normal food. This will ensure that there is no sudden burden on our digestive system. I think this video has helped you to know about the amazing health benefits of fasting and also understand that fasting is not some impossible task. So, try to inculcate this habit of fasting in your life to avoid any diseases or health issues in the long run, because prevention is always better than cure. If you feel that this video is helpful, please like it and try to share it with your family and friends so that they can also understand about the benefits of fasting. I will meet you with a new video. Stay safe. Namaskara.